the whole camp shuts down until it's clear. So we were very careful about getting caught. We communicated. We knew who the senior ranking officers were. You know, and I was in December of 1967. After a month of torture, they threw me in a cell to see if I lived. And the next guys were teaching me the tap code. And that's how I lived for the next 6 years with the tap code. And then, and after about a year, I learned this. Anybody know what this is? ABC. Those people that know mute code. That was, we used one arm hanging on top of the door and communicate visually between camps using mute code. So I was a communicator using mute code. And it was very fast and silent. We could do it right over their heads and they couldn't see us. It was fantastic. So you organize, and then you start learning. You say, well, how do you keep your brain occupied? Well, these guys next to me, they've been there 2.5 years already. And I was there 6 years, they were there 8.5 years. And, so the 2.5 years they were teaching me the tap code, and they said, we think you need to know who's around you. They started passing me names, Robbie Reisner, Stockdale, you know, these really big names. And I didn't know who they were. And I was in pain, I was in delirium, I was trying to hold my broken arm, and I'll get to that in a second. And so I started memorizing, I remembered 5 names. And the next day it says, at the end, when I was finished, other camps, I continued the pattern of memorizing. I had 350 POW names on my memory list. There was Will Abbott, Joe Abbott, Bob Abbott, 3 Air Force officers. There was Elbert Alvarez, Atterbury, Haley. I used to run through them. I organized 35 groups of 10. And I'd run 10, then I'd run the second 10, and I'd do groups of 10. And pretty soon you get so your mind's like a computer. You get a new name, you have to slip it in somewhere, and then you have to shift it all like a register. So you have new groups of 10. But I do it, you know, several times a day. And then next I learned German. I had a roommate that spoke German. My first roommate spoke German. So for 2 years I learned German. You know, ich habe etwas Deutsch gelernt. So now I know more songs in German drinking songs, than I do in English. and then after 2 years, the guys next door escaped. We had 2 Air Force officers who escaped. We had a big mix-up. Then I ended up with a roommate that spoke Spanish. So my next 4 years at Hanoi University, that's what we called it. next 4 years, and we lived in the Hanoi Hilton, with the finest accoutrements. So then I learned Spanish for 4 years. Ahora hablo español. Puedo trabajar y entender español. And I used my Hanoi Spanish. In later years, I requested a job in intelligence with the Navy in South America. So I went to South America for 3 years speaking my Hanoi Spanish. And guess what? It worked great. So I had a great time speaking Spanish in South America. And but that's what you do. You keep your mind active and you learn anything you can because you don't have any books or paper or pencils. Okay, let's get back to what happened.